What's up, guys? It's Victor with Streamline Auto Concierge. Thanks for having me. I'm sitting down here and I'm going to answer one of the questions that I get asked a lot when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. What's the best way to buy a car? Should I lease it or should I buy it? And honestly, that is a relative question. You know, it's always going to depend on what works best for you and your situation, you and your family. All right. There's going to be merit on both sides of this. So what we're going to talk about in this video, we're going to talk about the merits of purchasing your own vehicle, buying it outright, and we're going to talk about the merits of leasing your own vehicle and doing that route. And the cool thing about it is we're going to be talking about both the cons and the pros, you know, and I guess we said it a little bit backwards, pros and cons, either way it goes. We're going to give you an opportunity to see both sides of the coin because that gives you the opportunity to make the best decision. So why don't we start with purchasing a vehicle? Why would you go ahead and purchase your car? Well, number one is because you become an owner, right? When you get the title to that vehicle, it's your car, so whatever happens to it, you're responsible to it. You want to change the spoiler, you want to update the grill, you want to do modifications to the vehicle. There's nobody that can restrict you. There's nobody that can penalize you, none of that stuff. If you want to drive your vehicle across country, there's no mileage limits to stop you from driving your vehicle across country. If you're somebody that's going to put 25,000 miles a year on a car, by all means, have fun doing it. It's your car. You get the chance to do that. You know what your monthly payments are going to be. And what I mean by that is there is a set amount. You've already signed up for your long term. You know it's going to be X amount of years. And at the end of those years, you're going to get a piece of paper that says you received the title to the car. All right. Now, when you do purchase a vehicle, a couple of things to keep in mind. Right? Number one, your maintenance is only going to go for as long as the original factory warranty is. And in some cases, that maintenance doesn't cover everything on the vehicle. So you need to understand that when they say maintenance free, that you need to get into the fine print and understand what you mean by maintenance free. And then understand what the term limit is. A lot of people get confused and sign up and believe that they have coverage on their vehicle, maintenance coverage on their vehicle for the entirety of their term. Well, I don't know if you looked at long terms lately, but 60, 72, 84 months. There's not a lot of manufacturers out there that are going to guarantee their vehicles for that long, at least not the bumper-to-bumper aspect, the bumper-to-bumper warranty or the comprehensive warranty. That's just not going to be covered for, in most cases, longer than 36 months. A lot of manufacturers are cutting that back to 24 months. So understand that your maintenance is going to be your responsibility, or the warranty on your vehicle is going to be pretty much done after the first 3 years of you having the vehicle. Now, does that mean that it's necessary for you to buy an extended warranty? That really depends. Extended warranties can be useful, and it really is about what you believe may go wrong. It is a machine. It's a vehicle. No matter what, every vehicle is going to go bad at some point. So the question is, what do you believe is necessary to maintain your car? And if you do get extended warranty, understand that is an added expense as to what goes on with purchasing your vehicle. So that's purchasing in a nutshell. Kind of gives you a little bit of a synopsis of how that works and some of the benefits that you get. So now when you're going to juxtapose that against leasing. Now, when you lease a vehicle, what's the benefit of you leasing a vehicle? Well, number one, you get to get into something new every 2 or 3 years, right? And if you've seen how manufacturers are producing vehicles, that means you have a chance to get into, when I say the brand newest models, I'm talking new models that are being debuted. So you always get a chance to get ahead and get with the new technology and get to play around with that, which is really pretty cool. And then you have an opportunity to say, okay, now that I get to try this new technology, how much do I like it? You're not wedded to that vehicle for 4, 5, or 6 years, whatever the long terms are going to be. So you have an opportunity to say after 3 years or after 2 years, hey, I didn't really like it. I'm gonna try something else. Or I love this. This is my car. I want to keep my car, right? So it gives you the opportunity to make a bit of a delayed decision as far as your auto purchases is concerned. Now, what may be some of the drawbacks to that? Oh, before we even get into the drawbacks, another big bonus is a lot of cases they're going to include in your comprehensive warranty and maintenance package. So that means, your first 3 checkups, 5, and most vehicles are going close to 7 to 10,000 miles before they need an oil change at this point. So each time that you need scheduled maintenance on your vehicle, that could be a free charge depending on the manufacturer and included in your lease. So it's a lot of things that they give you to incentivize you to lease the vehicle, right? Now, the drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? We kind of heard this little mileage thing. I told you when you purchased your car, you can drive across the country. The mileage doesn't matter. Well, that's not the same case when it comes to the lease. Mileage does matter. Mileage is a big thing when it comes to the lease. And they're going to tell you that you can only drive X amount of miles per year. Usually it's somewhere in between 10, 12, or 15,000 miles in a year. Now, why are they going to tell you that? Why are you only going to be able to drive that many miles a year? Well, you're affecting the value of their vehicle, all right? And if after 3 years, you bring a car back that only has 30,000 miles on it, that vehicle is worth more than after 3 years, you bring a vehicle back and it has 60,000 miles on it, correct? We can all agree on that, right? So the manufacturer is already hedging their bets based on the mileage that they're going to have on the vehicle. So that's why you hear horror stories, they charged me a bunch for over miles. Well, yeah, you guys kind of signed a contract. You sat down with the manufacturer and said, yes, I'm going to drive your vehicle for 3 years. And after 3 years, I'm only going to have this many miles on it. This is a choice that I made. So, yeah, I understand that. And if you go over that mileage, you've affected the value of the vehicle. You've changed the terms of the contract. So it makes sense. People understand that in the rules of business. All right. So the other thing that you have going on, or what you may say is a bit of a setback, is this very thing of ownership. A lease is just that. It's giving you're leasing for X amount of years that property or that vehicle, and that means that the manufacturer is still part owner, right? And you have to make a decision as to whether or not the money that you're putting into that vehicle is going to be money that you want to continue putting in that vehicle, or if you're going to say, you know what, this lease was fun, I'm going to walk away. Now, why is that? Why could that be good? Why could that be bad? Well, the good thing is, okay, you're not married to a loan, right? You have 3 years, you tried it, you didn't like it, so you don't have any more money that you are now responsible for in terms of paying to any type of bank. The other side of that is, for 3 years, you've been paying on a vehicle, and you have no type of equity or anything else to show for it. You have nothing that you can go back and say, oh, yes, okay, this is exactly where my money went, right? And why do I say you would have nothing to show for it? Well, if you hand the keys of a lease back to the manufacturer, it's now their car, right? So you took 3 years and spent money on a vehicle that you're handing back to the manufacturer. You basically just paid the manufacturer to hold on to their car for 3 years. Now, on the other side of that, if you really like the car and you enjoyed having your vehicle, well, they have a set value at the end of the term of your lease. They can't change. They can't make it higher. They can't make it lower. But that set value is going to be what it's going to cost for you to buy your vehicle, or to now become an owner of your vehicle, no longer a leasee. Okay. When you do that, do understand that you also are going to be responsible for the taxes on the back end of that. In a lot of cases, people don't understand that, so that becomes a pitfall. You really are, in some cases, buying the same vehicle twice. Why? Because you pay taxes when you originally lease it, or you pay taxes on the lease payments, while you're leasing the vehicle. And then in order to buy the vehicle out, you're going to be responsible for the taxes on the balance that's owed on that vehicle. So do understand that that's the whole package when it comes to leasing a vehicle. You're making a decision as to whether or not you're going to be in one of 3 tracks, right? You're either going to be somebody that leases vehicles, likes being in new cars, and is going to continue the process. Meaning, I'm going to lease a vehicle. After 2 years, I'm going to be within the mileage limits. I'm going to hand the vehicle's keys back to you. You're going to lease me another vehicle that's going to be the newer model of this one, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit different. I'm going to get great discounts. I'm going to have a great payment, and we're going to continue the cycle, right? Or you're going to be somebody that says, yeah, I lease this vehicle. I don't like this manufacturer. I don't like this car. All right, it's been fun. 3 years. Here are the keys back. And you go hop on the bus in a friend's car, whatever it is you're going to do, but you understand that you no longer have a vehicle. Or you're going to be somebody that leases a vehicle, love the vehicle. This is a vehicle that you want to be in. You're going to buy your car out, and now you become an owner, right? So, again, so many different ways for you to do this, but it really does boil down to what's going to work best for you and your lifestyle. Are you a business professional? Are you somebody that spends 90% of your time on public transportation because of where you live? So if you leased a vehicle, driving less than 12,000 miles a year wouldn't be an issue. Or are you somebody that's on the road all the time? So it would make sense. Or, you have a commute that's an hour and a half from your house to wherever you work, and you are in a car doing that commute. It makes sense for you to own a car. There's just so many ways for you to go about doing it, but it's about your lifestyle. And before any of you go out and buy a car, I would make sure that you have either somebody in your corner or you've done your research to figure out whether or not this is the best deal for you, right? Because the worst thing for you to do is walk into a dealership and have no information whatsoever. Why? Because that's when you get taken advantage of. And don't say that they're all out to take advantage of you. Nobody's out to really take advantage of you. But they are out to make money. And they're going to do their best to sell their vehicles for the suggested price, right? It's rare that people go out and buy a vehicle at the suggested price. So that's what salesmen are meant to do. That's what their job is, to go out and make sure that they can get the most amount of profit possibly on the vehicles that they sell. Well, your job is to go out to make sure that you get the best deal. That doesn't mean that you're going out there to hurt the salesman's pocket. You're not going out there to make sure that they don't do anything, they can't feed their family or anything else of that nature. But you want to make sure you walk in there informed. You want to make sure that you walk in there with the right information so that when you go to get your deal, you get the best deal possible. Now, some of you may not feel comfortable doing that, and that's why Streamline exists. Streamline Auto Concierge is there for people to be able to not have to worry about this process. You have a trusted source that's done this for over 10 years, that understands how the process works and understands what's necessary for both parties to get the expected outcome. Manufacturers want to sell vehicles. You need a vehicle in order to get wherever you want to go. Now, you may want a vehicle, you may want a particular vehicle, but you're going to need transportation. So let us do what we do best, which is make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, you get the best deal you possibly can get, and we make life so much easier, save you time, save you hassle, save you effort. We'll look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a great day.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. I hope this was really informative. I know there are more questions out there, so leave them in the comment section. We'll make sure to make another video for it. If you need help getting a car right now, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach us on Facebook at m.facebook.com/dealerbeatdown or on IG at Streamline Auto Concierge. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll look forward to helping you guys out in the future.